Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another vlog. I've just decided to start another vlog instead of making it a weekend vlog because today is a day that we're dedicating solely to reading. I need to finish my book, and then I'm also intending on finishing another one. I'll probably reach for Frida McFadden because she's easy to read. So that is the plan for this week. Anyway, hello guys. If you want to use my government name. I am based in Germany, and yeah, we post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. What do I show you guys in my videos, or what are my videos about? It's basically about me and my day-to-day life, just trying to figure stuff out, just literally trying to figure stuff out. I just pick up my camera because I just enjoy it, and then should we have anything to do on that day, then I show you guys. Should we not have anything to do on that day, then we literally spend the day together. Pamba. So yeah, I am based in Germany, also working in Germany, essentially trying to just build my life here in Germany. And to my hobbies, there's reading, and sometimes, just to calm down, I paint, but I just do paint by numbers, and literally anyone and everyone can do that. And also puzzles. Although I started a puzzle, now it feels like a month ago and it's still on my table. It's not yet. Not me realizing the mic is not on. I hope you guys could still hear me. So today it's a Saturday, and as you can see, the girl is in her PJs, and I woke up just after 5, and I had to force myself to stay in bed. So I got out of bed around 9:15, and then since then it's just been go, go, go. What is go, go, go? I just washed my face and put on my PJs, and then now I'm trying to take in some vitamin C and some iron because low iron girlies, hello. And I'm also boiling some eggs or steaming some eggs. And that is how I'm just doing my boiled eggs, Mazana, just putting them in my pressure cooker and steaming them, and they come out perfect every time, and I don't need so much time. Okay, that is for breakfast later on though, but I just decided to do it now. And then another thing is I'm also going to make my coffee, and then we're just going to head into the winter garden or onto the balcony, an enclosed balcony, and then we're just going to start reading. And yeah, I'm going to set a timer for about, you know what? Instead of talking, let me actually show you what I'm going to be doing, okay? Okay.
Hearing you play in the evenings, watch you sing in church on a Sunday morning. Yeah. Been finding your strength in the waiting. Been fighting, girl, and you're overcoming. You're overcoming. And
So I have made my coffee. I need lots and lots of tissues because allergy season. Are we done? Okay. And now we're going into my favorite room of this entire apartment. Right now, my mind is all over the place. I feel so unsettled. I feel so annoyed because I don't know. I just feel so irritated. Saga, my first book. I mean, you guys have seen this many, many, many times this week. It's going to be this one, Kali Fortune, One Golden Summer. And I'm now on page 249. So I think if I just sacrifice maybe 2 hours, I'll be done with this. So that is what I'm just going to do. And then I'll check in with you guys in that page, or if I just get like random thoughts whilst I'm reading it, because some parts they're juicy. So that is what I'm going to do. Let me just settle down. Let me literally wake up and wusa, and yeah, I'll check in with you guys in 2 hours. But I'm literally spending my day in my PJs. I'm thinking maybe later on we need to go einkaufen, but I don't think so. And I do not see that happening, honestly. Mangwana, I'm not even sure what I'm going to eat, but maybe that will be an excuse of going out. We'll just see. So yeah, welcome back to the vlog. I hope you enjoy. Hello, friends. It is now 11:30, and believe it or not, I haven't actually started reading. Nancy, for some reason, I'm just off. I don't know why, but yeah. So I've just been doom scrolling, and now I just made myself something to eat in case you guys are interested. So I made 2 slices of sourdough, and one has pesto and cheese, and the other one has pesto, boiled eggs, spring onions, and a bit of pepper. So that is my brunch. I don't know, because up until now I only had coffee, and I can actually tell that I only had coffee because I'm starting to have a headache. So I'm just going to eat and hopefully start reading. I'm not even sure if I'm going to leave the apartment, as if I'm being honest, and I know if I don't leave the apartment, I'm definitely going to get into a rut. Like I can feel it. And this is not the time for that, because I mean the weather is now warm. I should be going outside, but amen. Yeah. And a lot has been going on through my mind. I don't know. Not that Nasi it clicked Kuti. I'm actually single, but Nasi, I just felt it Kuti Ndirindega. Because I mean, I can go out on my own, I can do shit on my own. I'm not a stranger to that, but today is just one of those days where I'm just asking God, the universe, and everything in between, Kuti. But why is it taking so long? Why do I keep falling into the hands of the wrong people? Why do I keep on attracting nonsense, if I'm being honest? And ultimately, the answer is always, I need to work on myself, which I know. But then at the same time, why can't I have it all? Why can't I have someone who's just willing to show me the world? Why can't I have someone who's just willing to hold my hand and say, Robai, you know what, let me take control. Let me just help you. Let me lead. You can follow. I won't lead you astray. Why? That is one thing I do not want to do. I tried it. I hated it. And I can't say andidi kuchengeta mono, but I don't want to be a mother to anyone. I don't. And this seems like I'm, a walking contradiction, because I actually need someone who's going to baby me. But in this day and age, oh yeah, I remember, like I once told you guys, good team, you know what, let me sit you guys down. Okay. So I remember once telling you guys, good team, there was a time I wanted to tell you how what reading has just made me learn about myself or realize about myself. And one thing is, when I read books like this, I'm like, does this even exist? Like, does this even exist? And Zimango, I'm just like when I'm scrolling on TikTok now, and then you see all those people who are sad, who've been cheated on, who are going through a divorce, who are divorced, blah, blah. And then you're like, honestly, where is the love? Like, I need more positivity. I need to learn from the people who are doing it right. I need to learn from the people who are in happy relationships. I need more evidence that great love exists out there, because the internet is just filled with negativity. But maybe I am to blame because, yeah, after going through a breakup, Mono, you're on genuinely looking for a way of healing, genuinely trying to understand, Kuti, where did I go wrong? How did this go wrong? Like, what could I have done better? What could have gone better? When was the right, when was, like, at what point?
I found love, the real love. Let this be the real thing. Tell me now, what's on your mind? Whisper soft to me that you want me. There's magic in your
So we are done. Well, I still have the epilogue to go, but do people read prologues and epilogues? I don't know. It's not something that I read. I mean, I hope you guys could hear me. I'm so sorry about that. But you know what? Let's actually do this. So, as I was saying, I normally do not read my prologue and my epilogues and acknowledgements, even worse, because I don't know. I know it's like an introduction into the story and also an outro, like to give you closure. But I mean, when they tell each other, I love you at the end, like I already know they're going to spend the rest of their lives together. Like, what the hell? Anyway, I'm done with this book. And since I haven't figured out, oh, actually, I did. I was about to say, like, I haven't figured out my rating system, but I did figure it out and I actually wrote it down because I want this to be like my reading journal. Cheesy, I know, but who is she? Hobbies and all, taking reading seriously and all. Anyway, so I told you guys in one video, Kuti, one star always goes to the author's idea because we respect that. Mono agatora time yake came up with the idea and took their and decided to put pen to paper. So we respect that. The storyline, I really loved it. I don't know if I want to spoil this one. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe like when I'm talking about things that I didn't really agree with. But the storyline is quite nice. It's quite good. Like the events and all that take place in this book, they're quite good. Well, actually, there's only one event where they go to a summer house where they used to go when they were young, or where she went only once when she was 17, and she goes back now 15 years later when she's 33. So yeah, the storyline, it was great. She meets Charlie when she's there, and she had met Charlie when she was 17, took a picture of him, and that picture was her how can I put it, is what got her in the art industry, sozusagen. So she took a picture of Charlie, the brother Sam, and Percy. Percy's the one that's Sam's wife and the one that Charlie also slept with when they were still young. But we're not going to talk about that because I think I already touched on that. So yeah, she took a picture and then 17 years later, 15 years later, I think they meet again. And then, yeah, so starts the romance story, their relationship. So, was it character or storyline driven? Hey, I'm using my hard words. Hey, character or storyline driven? I have no idea. But I'm just going to say, yes, it was. This is so hopeless. Oh my gosh. So, was it character or storyline driven? I think it was, I don't know. You see, I try to take stuff seriously, but then the moment I see that I need to do a deeper research on all of this, then I already lose interest. And genau, the plot, like how did everything happen? How did they fall in love again? How did they, those third act breakups that people always talk about? I don't find them necessary in every story. Like, because when people start having something good, they have to at some point have an argument or have a fight about something. Like, I don't understand why it has to be like that. Can't we just say when people have a good thing, they have a good thing and end it at that? Why do we have to have them breaking up and then you also already know they are going to come back together again at some point? I hope Dexter's not distracting you guys. But anyway, so the plot also gets a 1 star. I think that character or story driven thing, just because I'm not sure like how I can really describe it, I'm gonna give it like half a star. And then the writing style, this is an easy read. Like this is an easy read, but I don't know, like I just took a very long time, which I shouldn't have. But Nasi, I told you guys, I was honestly not feeling myself. I'm still not feeling myself right now, but I mean, it was entertaining. So I just had to stick with it. It took me longer than it should have because honestly, that was like the entire day of only reading 100 pages. It doesn't have to be like that. But yeah, the writing style was amazing. It's quite easy to read and you understand everything. So I'll give it 1 star. So overall, yeah, no, it doesn't deserve 4.5 stars though. I would say maybe a solid 4 stars. I'm removing half a star because, like I told you guys, one thing I didn't agree with in this book was the whole idea, like these guys, they knew they liked each other. And that eventually led them into falling in love with each other, right? But they didn't voice it. And Charlie has or had a heart condition that he discovered about. He inherited it from his dad. His dad had passed away at 35. So Charlie turned 35 the year that they met again. And he was not at his best because he was just thinking, okay, this is the age at which my dad died. So, probably it's going to happen as well to me. It's going to happen to me as well. So he was in it for the fun. And then slowly the fun turned into something serious. But he did not allow himself to actually commit to a relationship because he was like, I don't deserve it. Oh no, I don't deserve it. Oh, you deserve better. And the moment a man says you deserve better, that just grates my cheese. I hate it. Like, why do you say it? Can't I decide for myself what's better for me? But anyway, it reminded me of my situationship one time. Because I was honestly in it for the fun. But then we had the talk, and then he was like, yeah, I know, like some like sometime in the future you want to get married, you want to have kids, but it's not something that I want. And I was like, you didn't even ask me what I want. It's like you're making a decision for me. But then, yeah, it was a long time ago though. It was a long, I think it was 2021, somewhere there. So maybe he thought he knew better. I mean, he was 10 years older than me. So yeah, but every now and then I still think about him. Oh, I think I'm not going to leave that in there. But anyway, I say all that to say I hate it when men make the final decision for both parties without considering how does my partner feel about this. And another thing that really annoyed me is she voiced her emotions, like she was not shy about it, which I mean that is also a great thing. But I don't know, it came across as though she was forcing herself onto him. Like these people, they liked each other and they knew they were actually, ooh, okay. Was I talking the entire time with my bosom hanging out like that? Everything looks normal. Anyway, I can't really remember where I was, but and I'm not sure, should I start again? Anyway, going back to the whole was it character or story driven? It was actually character driven because we're focusing on Alice. Alice, she was a people pleaser, and she was someone who was scared of asking for help. Her family called her a turtle because, she likes hiding in her shell or whatever. But then during the summer, where she now goes to this small town, to the cottage where she once went as a teenager, reconnecting to that part of her. She actually made a bucket list of everything that she wanted to do while she was there. And then in comes Charlie, and obviously they first become friends. And he's like, I also want to help you achieve everything that is on your bucket list. So yeah, we just see how Alice comes out of her shell and she reconnects with herself, and she can now stand up for herself as well. She's a photographer where she actually now stands behind her work, because normally, within photography, you have to Photoshop a lot, airbrush stuff. And she told herself that is not what she wanted to do. She wanted to be raw, authentic, true to, and not be like those, I don't know how I can say it, but I think you guys get it. Saga, yeah, we witness how Alice turns into this self-assertive person, where she knows what she wants and she goes for what she wants. Ergo, going to Charlie and confessing her feelings, and Charlie turning her down. And that really pissed me off. But then, like I was saying, Charlie had his reasons because he had this heart problem that he inherited from his dad. So he was nervous that whole time and thinking, yeah, now I'm 35, and for my dad, it ended when he was 35. So maybe it's also going to end for me. And then he actually had to undergo a very, very massive heart surgery. So that was the reasoning behind him rejecting Alice Kuti. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to come out of this. And I don't know if I'm not going to have to go through this again. And I don't want to put you through all of that because I saw what my mom went through when she lost my dad. So that was his reasoning behind him rejecting Alice, but I still did not like it. You did not have to do my girl like that. But anyway, now I'm just running my mouth. But yeah, 1 star for the author's idea, 1 star for the storyline, what happened was, yeah, I basically told you guys everything, but I'm not going to spoil it further. And was it character or story driven? I don't really know why I put this in my rating system. But, oh, okay. I went on to say, and if so, was it well executed? It really was well executed. So 1 star goes to that. And then the plot, like, how did everything happen? We start with Alice. She was a teenager. She went to this town, took a photo that she could not forget even after 15 years, and where she kept telling herself, oh, I wish I could have been courageous and said hi to these people. I wish I could have been friends with these people back then when I was a teenager. But then because she was a turtle, she was shy. She didn't have the courage to do that. But then now, 15 years later, we see her. She's having all these connections, forming all these friendships, coming out of her shell, especially when it's like around Charlie, she can be herself and, she can, I don't know, she can just be herself and doesn't have to hide from anyone or anything. And so I really liked the plot. Did it keep me intrigued? Yeah, it did. But then it's not like a thriller or an action where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't put this down. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, but for what it is, a romance novel, it was great. Like, the plot was great. And the writing style, also great. So it has the potential of getting 5 stars, but because Charlie turned my girl down, that really pissed me off. So I will just lend it. Nah. Okay, let's do 4.5. Okay? Or 4.25. Why would you say 4.25, Roba? No, now I'm just nitpicking. 4.5. So that's my book of the week done. And now I am caught between, like, I can't decide between these two books. There's this one, Before I Saw You. I've never heard about this, but I just saw it on sale on the Telia website and just ordered it. And the synopsis here: Alfie has been in hospital for months recovering from an accident. A new face on the ward is about as exciting as life gets for him right now. So when someone moves into the bed next to him, he's eager to make friends, but it quickly becomes clear that seeing his neighbor's face won't happen anytime soon. Alice has been badly burned and can't even look at herself yet, let alone allow anyone else to see her. She keeps the curtain around her bed firmly closed, but it doesn't stop Alfie trying to get to know her. And as he slowly brings Alice out of her shell, might there even be potential for more? This reminds me of that episode on Grey's Anatomy, or maybe it wasn't just an episode where that male guy also fell in love with that girl, but I think she was in an accident, right? I don't know. But if you've watched Grey's Anatomy, please give us a refresher. And then we have my beloved Freedom of Fadden. Like, her books are just so easy to read. And I know if I start this one, I will probably finish it mangwana. So, do we do another romance novel or do we do a thriller? I'm just going to read one chapter of each book, and that is going to help me make a decision of what I'm going to read next. And yes, I'm rewatching Dexter. It's actually a good series. And now, like, rewatching season 1 and season 2 again, really getting to understand the storyline, like following all of the events, it's now making sense, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. And I think I will also, another rewatch is in order before it gets off of Netflix. So you guys, I'm gonna say good night at this point, and then mangwana. Once again, every time I voice my plans, it doesn't happen. But I need to break that cycle. I need to break it. I know mangwana, I need to go out. I'm telling myself this, I need to go out. So we're gonna do a walk in the morning, and then we come back, and then I want to edit a video and post it. And then afterwards, I'm thinking of going somewhere, like exploring the city. I saw Kuti, there's a museum that is here. It's like it used to be a coal mine, I'm pretty sure. But I was just thinking to myself like earlier on, oh my gosh, I think this video, okay, I'm also going to end it, Panapa. I was actually thinking to myself earlier on, Kutim, I understand the whole premise of going out and having coffee and cake or whatever, or going out to eat. Like going out to eat, that I can understand because I mean, I can think of my chicken wings and my fries, Eku Cafe Extra Blood. Those are so nice. I should have given them a rating as well when I was rating the best pommes kuti. I think Extra Blood actually takes the cake. They're so nice. So I was actually just thinking of going to eat somewhere because at the back of my mind, I was like, I can cook, I can bake, I can make myself coffee. And coffee, I think I've said this before, but you just drink it for the feel, like Doro, you know. Coffee is for the caffeine, and Doro, I don't know. I don't know why people drink beer, honestly. It's a pastime, I guess. But yeah, I was just thinking I can cook, I can bake, I can make my own coffee, so there's no point in going for coffee and cake. But then at the same time, if I want to meet people, if I want to make friends, I have to go out. I have to. And even, and aside from that, I can't stay in the house. Das geht einfach nicht. And I can really notice it. Wobei diese Woche oder letzte Woche, like I was in the office every time, so that was good for me. But Nasi, I did not feel like it. And I feel like if I give in to my body, if I'm a slave of how I feel, I won't get anything done. Saga, I just want to come out of my shell. And honestly, the weather is so beautiful. The weather is so nice right now. Djibouti, it's all up here. Like, honestly, it's all up here. Sagamangwana, I'm hoping to make it day one. And as I told you guys, we've got something big happening in the next 7 weeks. Saga, in an effort of working towards that, in an effort of fitting into my pants, in an effort of just working on my mental health, because, yeah, right now I'm fussing over situations I can't control. I find myself being anxious a lot, but it's got nothing to do with me per se. It's more to do with a family. Yeah, let me just put it like that. And essentially, oh, when am I going to see them next? When am I going to see them next? Like I'm in a it's like a cycle of the anxiety is just terrible. I wish I could just say I'm packing my shit and just going to Zimbabwe to see my family, but I can't. I can't. But anyway, yeah, so that's also something that is just like it's been just playing on my mind over and over again. And it's been getting worse and worse the longer I haven't been in Zimbabwe. Saga, yeah. And then another thing. Oh, yeah, I was talking earlier on, Kuti, what has reading taught me, like regarding these love stories, And I know it's like fiction, it's called fiction for a reason. But then at the same time, at the back of my mind, I'm like, I know it can get this good. Because you see some people online and they have it good. And then, so what has reading taught me? It has taught me that maybe the love that I want or the love that I crave in this lifetime, I probably will never experience it. It is quite sad to say. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is dark, Robert. But I am like slowly coming to terms with it because I just don't feel like anyone understands me, or I don't feel like anyone has the patience, or, sometimes, oh, now I'm getting emotional. What the fuck? Why? Why are you getting emotional, Robert? Oh gosh. Oh fuck. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming. I can't stop them. Oh gosh. Why? It's the birth control. Let's just blame it on birth control, okay? Okay. And like, without getting into too much detail, get yourself together, okay? My reasoning for not wanting to get married and dating was like, I need to see someone, or maybe I need to see the benefit of actually taking that step and saying, I do. It's quite sad to say, or, seeing the women around me, the relationships that they had or that they have, it's not something that I look at and think, oh my gosh, I also need that. I also need that. And with age, small things, they start making sense. And then small things that you see happening, you're like, oh my gosh, like she put up with this all along, or she can put up with this all along. It's not something that I want. So for me, it is easier to just build this wall and say, you know what, I'm just seeking for a partnership. I don't need a ring on my finger. I just need a partnership. And when it comes to raising Lana, I'm also big on people helping each other. Now I'm actually happy because our generation, of men, in most cases, like, that whole idea of postpartum depression, where they actually step up, where they actually help the wife with the load. But then that's not always the case. So for me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why should I tell someone how to love me? Like, why should I teach someone how to step up? Like, for me, it seemed like having a ring would be, I don't know, signing myself up for disappointment, essentially. But now to Nongo, like, people are divorcing left, right, and center. People are breaking up left, right, and center. And I don't know, the whole idea of a long-term commitment was never my ideal thing. And then I look at myself and I used to write lists. Like, I honestly used to write lists. And now I've just given up hope, if I'm being honest. But then I look at myself and how I live my life. I don't live the most extravagant life. I don't live the most outgoing life. But every now and then I want, like, Mono, when I'm feeling at my lowest, like, Mono comes and says, you know what? I see you. I see you. Who just makes me wish to, live another day, essentially, because in my past relationship, and I'm not crying because it ended. No, I feel like I'm having a therapy session. Oh my gosh. Breathe, Robert. Breathe. It's okay. But because of how I felt when I was in that relationship, and I guess now we know why this whole day was just shitty for me. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, like, I'm not crying because the relationship ended, but I'm crying because of how I felt during that time. And this is my recalling of events. Okay, I did not feel loved, I did not feel cherished. I did not feel seen. The amount of times I cried. I mean, I'm doing it now, so I guess that's nothing special, but I'm really sorry for this, you guys, but yeah. And no, I did not turn the camera on so that I could cry. I didn't. I didn't. And that is the last thing that I want to do. But these are just some of the things that just go on. And I'm not saying my life is special in any way, but maybe someone is feeling the same. You just need to know you're not alone. Ooh. Because when I tell you, I felt so alone to the point of which I was like, what even is the point? I'll never be happy. I'll never be seen. Oh, gosh. And it's even more painful, like, when you're trying to explain it to the person who doesn't understand or doesn't want to understand, or to a person who doesn't see you. So, that's just one thing, Kuchi. And my lowest point. I just want someone who's going to be like, I see you, you know, I see you, and you deserve to do this thing called life. You mean more than you'll ever know. So, stop being dramatic, Such. Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Saga, yeah, oh gosh, it all started from me saying, like, what has reading taught me? But it's, it has made me come to terms with you. Maybe actually, like, what I desire, what I yearn for, what I want, maybe it doesn't exist. Because sometimes okay, even when it comes to being married, right? Like, I want someone who's going to respect my culture. And then you're met with these words like, oh, most European people, they won't understand that. Like, most German men, they won't understand that. Why would I pay a bride price, for example? But I see that happening for other people. So I know it's possible. But then I just ask myself, like, am I the exception to the rule? Like, will it even happen for me? Will it happen for me, to me as well? And then I look in the mirror, all I can see is the weight I've gained over the past few years. And then I'm like, I will never lose that weight. Like, removing myself from a stressful situation helped me. Having my hormones under control also helped me. But then I didn't clean my eating. So what happened? I've now just plateaued and nothing is changing. And then now I start feeling disgusted. And then I think to myself, okay, why usina chido chekuluza weight? Like, why don't you have the willingness? Warum fällt dir die Leidenschaft? Warum kannst du das nicht machen? Why can't you do it? Sei usingakwanisa kuzviita, uri kuona vamwe vana vari kuzviita, vari kuzvikwanisa, saka iwewe, why aren't you doing it? And then I become hard on myself, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, what's the point of even trying? I mean, last year I was in and out of the hospital. Like, it was just terrible. Like, well, not in and out of the hospital, but I had like countless doctor's appointments, had to be picked and probed, kakawanda, countless MRIs, and where you're like, somehow you just, I don't want to say like it's acceptance, Kuti, this is where I am, nothing is going to change, because I know something can change. But then I ask myself, like, why don't I have the passion? Why don't I have the willingness? Now it's just sounding like me, 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 me. But I don't know. You post a picture where you're smiling, but honestly, the reality is like the polar opposite. I don't know. But anyway, that is why I pick up books sometimes, just to escape into another world and not think about, the stuff that's just bringing me down or whatever like that. And I'm not sharing this for pity, okay? I'm not sharing this for pity or for you to send me hugs and kisses or for you to tell me you've got this girl. I'm just sharing this to show you how sometimes it's not perfect. And I know you know it. I know you guys know it. And yeah, my saying this is probably like redundant or something like that. But I don't even know why I'm sharing it. But it's not for pity, but it's honestly just to share my story. Like, Nasi Musiwa 7 March, this is why I'm just feeling shitty. And again, I guess this serves the purpose of this being a visual diary. I don't know. But yeah, that is me going on a tangent. Meine Fresse. Wow. Anyway, I'm sorry for the negative energy that I've poured out there. As you can see, I'm now smiling. Everything is okay. I had to have my moment. Maybe it's the hormones, maybe it's the emotions, but please, I am okay. Okay? Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this vlog. We finished the book together. Tomorrow we're going to start another one. Actually, I'm going to start another one right now, but you're not going to be there for it. And yeah, don't forget to comment. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and also to just share the word Kuti. Oh, we have a channel here called Journey and Books, where she documents her journeys and also the books that she reads. And sometimes the journey gets rough, where she cries in front of the camera on Beyonce's internet. Ah, shalom. And yeah, just spread the word Kuti Kunoku. It's just vibes, vibes on vibes. Okay. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will catch you guys in the next one. And remember, we post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I'm trying to. Let me stop talking. Stop talking, Robert. So I will catch you guys in the next one. When is the next one? I don't know. But we're going to start it Mangwana, where we're going to really try to get over and out of this rut. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.